The month of April gives us a few days of sun, temperatures of up to 25 degrees. We go from wearing winter clothes to walking around in a t-shirt from one day to the next. Here in the Palace Square in the center of the city, it is used to spend a sunny afternoon, sit on the grass, have a snack or drink, simply enjoying the surroundings, the sound of the fountains, the sound of people's smiles outdoor. This square has two main fountains, with beautiful sculptures at their bases and classic design, a perfect place to take a photo. Right in the middle is the pillar with the sculpture of the goddess Concordia at the top. This pillar was built to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Wilhelm I's reign. And finally, in the background you can see the new palace, one of the main architectural jewels of the city. The palace has 365 rooms, built during the end of the 17th century and beginning of the 18th century, to celebrate the proclamation of the Kingdom of Oldenburg, one of the youngest in history and which lasted around 100 years. Nowadays the palace is part of the state infrastructure and offices. Visits to its main halls are possible, but only on special days. The gardening is in perfect condition all year round. The gardening work is very important for the local government. We can also say that this square is without a doubt, in addition to the heart of the city, headquarters of many very important activities throughout the year, concerts and international music festivals, family festivals in the summer, events that can be public or private. Something that is also part of the daily life of the city of Stuttgart, in this area of the city center, is King Street. It is the main pedestrian avenue of the entire city, where you will find most of the shops and commercial establishments. It begins from the central train station to the end of the city center heading south. The number of people who walk every minute makes it the busiest street of all. Walking along one side of the palace towards the south, we find Schiller Square and the old castle, now the State Museum. One of the oldest squares in the city. In fact, it was the old castle square, as it is right at one of the entrances to the old castle. But it was converted into Schiller Square, in memory of one of the great characters in the city's history, Friedrich Schiller. His figure represented in the statue of him in the center of the square. Around the square is the old council building, which is now a very popular cafe and restaurant, a collegiate church, and an old wine processing cellar, now converted into part of the State Museum with an exhibition of ancient musical instruments. Entering the interior corridor of the old castle is part of the walk inside the city. The castle is now the headquarters of the Württemberg State Museum, with an anthropological exhibition of the entire region, its beginnings until it became a kingdom. But it is also home to social events, another cafeteria inside, a beautiful chapel, an exhibition for children, and a lot of history to learn about. Admission to the museum costs less than $10, and it is definitely worth it. Concerts are also held in its interior corridor, where the acoustics and the stage make them very elegant and popular events. We leave again in the direction of Schiller Square to continue our tour. We will be able to appreciate the imposing infrastructure, a very well-preserved medieval appearance that has been there for more than 1,000 years. The castle in its facade shows totally different designs. It has suffered from fires and bombings, and was rebuilt trying to resemble its original design as much as possible. If you are interested in more information about this place and the city in general, we invite you to visit our blog. I leave the link in the description below. We took the last shots touring the other square next to the old castle. This is Karl's Square, a very recognized place in the city center with a lot of history and also home to countless social events throughout the year, markets, festivals and many other things that you can find on our blog as well. We said goodbye but not before making them an invitation. If you are interested in visiting the city, or living in this city, subscribe to our channel, where you will find many destinations, stories and places that could be interesting to you. See you soon with a new video.